When you hear the name Groucho Marx, a face comes to mind. The glasses, the hair, the cigar. He's one of the most famous comedians from a time gone by. But this week, you could spend an evening with Groucho thanks to our next guest. His name is Frank Ferrante, and he is the comedian behind the show An Evening with Groucho, which will be at the Heinz Prechter Performing Arts Center in Taylor this Friday. Good morning. Thanks for being with us.
Good morning, and thank you, Tati. Appreciate it.
It is our pleasure. So, what drew you initially to the comedy of Groucho Marx, and what inspired you to create this show?
Well, I loved Groucho Marx when I was a boy. When I was 10 years old, I saw an old movie, a Marx Brothers movie, and Groucho Marx, of course, had the big mustache and eyebrows, and he was a wise guy, and he was so irreverent and so hilarious. I was a shy kid. I wanted to be like him after I saw him in one of his old classic films. And it got me into the theater. It wanted me to be in comedy. And so that's where I am. But I thought he was so funny visually. He was so funny verbally. And he was just, to me, I laughed so hard. And it's been my mission to make people laugh the same way he made me laugh.
Okay, well, does someone have to be a fan of Groucho to appreciate the show? Can they still get into it if they're not familiar with him?
You know, you don't have to know who he is at all, really. The show that I do has got songs, storytelling. You learn a lot about this great American life through my live show. And what I think, Tati, is so fun is that I improvise. About a third of the show is all improvisation, ad-libbing. So I see kids in the audience. I see young couples, older people that might know him. So it's really a thrill. It's a big laugh show, and I'm not happy until the audience is up on its feet and laughing hysterically. But, you know, I've done the show 3,000 times now, 500 cities, and it's been on public television and around the country, including Detroit this past year. So it's inspired me. I love laughing, and we need to laugh more than ever, I think.
Yeah, most definitely. Now, did you ever meet Groucho Marx?
I did. When I was a boy, my father took the day off of work, and he took me to see my comedy hero. And I was a kid, but my hero, Groucho, was 86 years old and looked like he was about to keel over. But he still had his energy. He still had that humor. He kind of just shuffled to the podium, and I sat at his feet. And someone asked Groucho, are you making any new Marx Brothers comedy movies? And he looked up slowly, Tati, and he said, no, I'm answering stupid questions. And the audience went crazy. And the audience was filled with kids like myself. And so he still had that style and that humor up until the very end of his life, and which I love about him. And he's an exciting comic.
What a cool experience for you as a kid. Now, did this contribute to why it's important for you to keep the legacy of Groucho alive?
It is. I mean, I feel like humor is a big part of why we make it through the roughest times, through depressions and wars. Humor and music are the things that keep us going, that keep us light, that keep us functioning. And so I'm proud that this show has all of that, music and humor and storytelling. It's important. And I think he's an original life because he came from poverty and became this very successful person that made us laugh for decades. And still does.
Indeed. Now, again, the show is Friday night at the Heinz Prechter Performing Arts Center in Taylor. Tickets are available online. Frank, thank you so much for being with us and for keeping Groucho's legacy alive. We appreciate you.
It's my pleasure. It's mutual. Take care. Thank you.
Thank you.